Hello everyone. The Reformation series is finally complete and the whole series is ready for broadcast. It's been almost 3.5 years since we started pre-production, which actually started in the middle of the editing of our Message of Fatima series. Incidentally, the Message of Fatima, episode 7, which concentrates on the sixth apparition and the miracle of the sun, has gained over 1,685,000 views on YouTube. So, as I promised to everyone who took part, I'm doing another video to let everyone know the dates and times of the showings, and hopefully the main locations for each episode, so that you can see which episode you're likely to be in. In addition, I must also say a very big thank you to all who took part. Many of you volunteered as extras. I hope you found it a great experience to work alongside some professional and semi-professional actors. So here goes. EWTN planned to show all 12 episodes in one day in the USA on Saturday the 21st of October. Please click on the link below to see the actual times, as they will be taken off your own computer. In Great Britain and Ireland, starting on Monday the 26th of October at 7 p.m, you can see A Catholic World again. Here is a clip from episode 1 with the Council of Nicaea. All 12 episodes will be shown on EWTN Great Britain over the next 2 weeks at 7 p.m.
Eusebius of Nicomedia, an Arian, gives the opening address and asks for permission to call Arius to the floor. Arius gives an account of his beliefs. He falsely argues that if the Father begat the Son was begotten and had a beginning. Therefore, there was a time when the Son was not.
This was shot at the Shrine Church of Saints Peter, Paul and Philomena on the Wirral, with many members of the congregation taking part as extras. So many thanks to all on the Wirral who took part, made costumes and props, found locations, especially to John Mackenzie, who was our Northern production coordinator. Episodes 2 to 5 are mainly about Luther's struggles and how the loyal Catholic theologian Johann Eck pushed him to the wall at the Leipzig disputation, and how Luther, out of polemical necessity, in order to cover himself, had to side with heretics in order to save face. We discuss how Luther developed his novel new theology on the fly, and how Luther's doctrines are not supported by the very scripture he claims as authority. Episode 4, we bring another early Protestant into the series with Zwingli, and how Luther and Zwingli disagree on some of the very basics of Christianity, namely the Eucharist. Episode 6, we look at John Calvin and how he turned Geneva into a tyrannical city-state, how Calvinist missionaries are strident, dynamic but disruptive. They convert many, but most Christians want to remain Catholic. This led to the French Wars of Religion. These episodes were mainly shot at Kentwell Hall in Suffolk. Many thanks to all who took part there, especially to the leads, John Mole, who played a great Luther.
If the papist is annoyed by the word alone in Romans 3:28, tell him straightway Dr. Martin Luther will have it so. The papist and the ass are one and the same thing. He who will not have my translation, let him pass by.
Howie Batherton as Zwingli, how he seems to have a lot of acting work at the moment.
Christ scorns the property and pomp of this world, whence from it follows that all those who attract wealth to themselves in his name slander him terribly when they make him a pretext of their avarice and willfulness.
He's one to watch out for, I reckon. And also to Zach Karaman, who did a great job playing a very chilling Calvin.
We say that he has been predestinated to life or to death.
But surely a loving God would not create someone for eternal damnation in advance.
To deny predestination is to be ashamed of the gospel. Let us take away election, and what shall remain? As we have declared, we remain altogether lost and accursed.
The next 2 episodes, 7 and 8, we look at the Reformation in England, which was not a Reformation at all, just Henry VIII wanting a divorce, At first he was a loyal Catholic, even defending the 7 sacraments against Luther's attacks. Here is a clip with Henry VIII and Thomas More.
What do you think of me book, Thomas? Do you think it's a good defence of the 7 sacraments?
I think it is masterful and uplifting, sire.
Henry VIII was played very well by Julian Casey. He bears an uncanny resemblance to the real Henry VIII. St. Thomas More was played by our assistant director and second unit director, Tony Plumridge. Again, I felt that Tony bears a resemblance to the actual Thomas More. I was very pleased with their performances. Robin Ingram played Erasmus, another fine performance by him. Tony is also the narrator of the series, so thanks again, Tony.
The Dutch theologian, philosopher and Christian humanist, Desiderius Erasmus, often corresponded with More and visited him in England. They became good friends. Let us take a pleasant walk and discuss those topics we are so much in agreement on.
Certainly. A walk in the English countryside makes weighty subjects light.
I must say a very big thank you to Tony's wife, Ellen Plumridge, who was our associate producer. Ellen was also the wardrobe manager and was responsible for finding most of the wonderful costumes we had. She would often ring me up and send me images so that I could make a choice. So thanks again, Ellen. Also, I'd asked her to find some of the locations for me, and we would go and view them and check them out. She was a great help throughout the production. I had a script and a vision which I would share with her, and she never let me down. We filmed episodes 7 and 8 at Hever Castle in Kent, south of London. Hever was the actual home of Anne Boleyn. This also is where we filmed the Dance of Death sequence. The idea for the Dance of Death came to me when I heard the opening theme, music composed by Adam Tucker for the first time. Dance is probably closer to war than many people think. Here I wanted to use it as a metaphor or an echo for the Reformation in England. The opening theme itself has a strange but pleasant Tudor feel, and yet a sinister undercurrent, and you'll see in the final version of the Dance of Death, the sorry end of Henry's wives are played out within this dance, to an echo of the open theme, inspired and set within the Pravin dance music. Anne Boleyn is played by Monica Nash. She also played Queen Elizabeth. So I wanted her to play Queen Elizabeth's daughter Anne as well. Monica and Julian learnt the Pravin dance the evening before we shot, and they picked it up really quickly. Many thanks to the dance group and to Libby Curzon and Tom Kirkby for training them, and to all the dancers. Episode 9, The Council of Trent, was shot in Chester Cathedral's chapter house, again with many extras from the Shrine Church of St. Peter, Paul and Philomena, and also other extras who wanted to come along and be part of the project, which was shot partly on Merseyside.
The council finally resumed on January the 18th, 1562. With Trent now bursting at the seams, there would be more attendees at this period of the council than ever before.
Michael Banco, the cinematographer, and I went to Trent to get some footage of the actual site of the Council of Trent in Italy. Throughout the series we have had some great expert interviewees. Professor Madden, as usual, gave us wonderful interviews in 4 different locations. In fact, the first piece of filming we did for this series was Professor Madden in Worms, Germany, in front of the Luther Memorial, way back in July 2017. Thomas Madden is Professor of History at St. Louis University in the USA. I must say a special thank you to Father Thomas Crean, our theological advisor, and for his interviews. Also to our historian, Father Gribben, our historical expert, for vetting the scripts for historical accuracy. It was a special privilege to interview Bishop Schneider. His extensive knowledge on all things historical and theological proved to be a great help to the production. Also for other great interviews from Professor Stoyle of Southampton University, Dr. Joseph Shaw of Oxford University, Father Mitch Pacwa, the famous TV host and theologian for EWTN itself, and also David Anders from EWTN, gave an interesting interview as a convert from evangelical Protestantism. Father William Slattery gave us a wonderful interview, even if we had to go to the foot of the St. Bernard Pass in Switzerland to get it. His book, Heroism and Genius, is a must. Father Slattery will act as our advisor for our upcoming Christendom special. Thanks also to psychiatrist Dr. Pravin Thevathasan for his analysis of Luther's strange character. Next week I'll do another little video on the last 3 episodes, which will be about what we shot down in Fenton, the Western Rising, and all the people down there in Fenton who took part. Thank you to them. And we're also at Gwydir Castle, where we shot the Elizabeth I and Mary Queen of Scots sequences, and episode 12, which will bring us up to date and look at the Reformation's influence on the modern day. So thanks everyone for watching, and God bless. Bye bye.